All right, so like I said, we're going to change the data type of this right here in formats to automatic. So automatic is going to let it allow it sort of to recognize what the data is. In this case, it changed our data to a regular number, right? So now that we have that down, we split everything here by the space that's in between them, and we're just going to drag that down so we can do that to the rest of them. Perfect. So now we have the term. We're going to call this a term right here, and then the year. We're going to call this column right here. So in that case, now that we have this information, we want to make sure that we don't delete it, because remember, once we deleted everything, formula sort of erupts and says, okay, I can't see anything there, what should I do? And then we have error messages. So what you want to do is, like I said before, you want to go down. I do at least, is go down until I find a better method. I copy this, and then I go right here, and sorry, no, that's the wrong way to do it. You copy the information that you created, and then you go back to that same spot and you paste the values only, right? So what we don't want to do is principal. We do not want the formula. We want the values only. So as we have the values, we can go inside and we can see that only the values are there. Now that allows us to delete this column without the error, right? So now so far we've cleaned all these data points. Sorry, we missed this right here. It's good to cross-reference and see where you miss things at. Alright, so now that we've cleaned all of this right here, we're going to continue on to the grade. So for the grade, we can already see we have dollar amounts here, we have floating points here, we have regular numbers here, and we have text here. And we can see that by actually going to formats and seeing which one it maps to. So this one says plain text. If we go to the dollar amounts right here, it says accounting, dollar amounts. If we go to the floating numbers right here, it will tell us that we're in financial. And if we go to these regular numbers right here, it'll tell us that we're in automatic. So what we want to do for all of these is actually be an automatic, because it can show us the number. Or since we're in the grade, we can actually use floating point numbers. Floating point numbers are just numbers that have decimal values, right? So in this case, we're going to use number, and then you can see it gives us all the decimal values. And this is good for grades that have decimal values, but in this case, we don't have decimal values, so we're just going to take that down by decreasing the decimal places. So now we have this perfectly aligned, clean set of data. Now remember, it is good for grades to have decimals. I'm just not going to put it here so that it can look better. So now here we have another set of data that is not clean. We have Miss Cujo house, Miss house here again, this house here again, Cujo. So ideally, because this is text, we usually don't want to put Miss in front of things because the name could suffice, but since we don't have a particular use case, we can just leave it the way it is. But in this data, we can see some things are aligned to one side, some things are aligned to the other side. This one has a random blue patch of color here, and then right here we have bolded out data. All those things make it look messy. So what we're going to do is first align everything to one side, right, with the adjustments here, and align everything to the left. And the next thing we're going to do is bold out, take the bold out of these three rows right here by clicking on bold, and it should remove it. Then with these three colors right here, what we're going to do is take off the color by resetting so that we're back to the regular standard right there. Now what we've done is just clean all of this right here. So now they look clean and they can be used in whatever you need it to. And the same thing we're going to do for here as well. We're going to take off the bold, and we're just going to look through to see if we have any irregularities. We can do that by by data, and then creating a view for the filter. You'll see that we have fail and pass, which is good. If we had anything outside of that, we would have to look for that and correct it. But in this case, we're totally fine. And there we have it. We're going to remove the view for the filter. And perfectly clean data is right here, ready for analysis.